Welcome back, folks. After yesterday's pullback warning, the Nasdaq evidently cannot be stopped because semiconductors hit the gas again today and QQQ ripped more than $16 to finish the week with serious strength. But underneath that monster tech move, bank stocks sold off hard, XLF closed weak near the lower end of its bull flag, oil is still coiling inside a triangle, yields are consolidating, and Bitcoin is still stuck in that daily versus weekly decision zone.
Yeah, it's a wildly mixed board out there today.
Let's walk through what Grok Trade is seeing across the charts. And before we get rolling, quick reminder, this is not financial advice, and nobody here is telling you to buy, sell, short, hold, chase, or panic. Grok Trade is sharing market commentary, technical analysis, and trader education based on the current chart setups, so use your own process, manage your own risk, and speak with a qualified financial advisor for advice tied to your situation.
Absolutely. Safety first, always.
One of our subscribers suggested we track SPX a bit more closely. First of all, thank you Paco Jones, 999 for the ticker. We'll keep analyzing SPY per usual since they're essentially the same from a technical perspective. But as you can see here, we've got the SPX daily plotted with a simple 14-period RSI on it. All we can say for now is don't fight the trend. We're not seeing a divergence yet, so while there's no shortage of bad news in the headlines, the chart's technicals are still strong. Don't try to hold down a rocket would be our advice for now. With that said, it is important to track the dollar, bond yields, oil, and so forth as their developments will impact SPX and SPY. That's all we've got on that for now. Let's see how things develop next week.
Right. And speaking of not holding down a rocket, look at semiconductors. I mean, SOXL added another 16% today, which is just, it's massive.
It's honestly insane.
It is. And that kind of momentum is what's keeping the headline indexes looking so pristine. But if you look under the hood, there is some pretty severe sector divergence going on, like capital's flowing right out of the foundation.
Right, because earlier we noted that bank stocks sold off hard today. I mean, BAC and JPM took a real hit. So is this basically a tug of war between tech rockets and banking anchors?
Exactly. And usually the banks win that war. There's this, old piece of practical market wisdom where the banks go, the markets tend to follow.
Wait, really? Even with tech being this dominant right now?
Yeah, because banks are the plumbing of the economy, right? If credit stops flowing, everything seizes up. So when you see financials flashing caution like XLF, stuck in this questionable bull flag below the broader market strength, you can't just ignore it because the Nasdaq is flying. If that flag fails, liquidity dries up.
Before we keep going, tell us in the comments what you want Grok Trade to track next week. Maybe it's a bank stock, a semiconductor name, oil, Bitcoin, silver, or a ticker that's setting up on your watch list. Those comments help us shape future summaries around what you're actually watching. And if these daily market updates are helping you read the tape better, hit the like button and subscribe so you can stay with us for the next one.
And to really understand why we're seeing this split today, on Friday, May 8th, 2026, we have to look at the macro data. Non-farm payrolls came in at 115,000 today, which actually beat expectations.
Okay, so jobs are doing well.
Right, and unemployment held steady at 4.3%. But here's the kicker. Consumer sentiment completely tanked down to 48.2.
Oh, wow. That feels super contradictory, though. Like, if jobs are growing and unemployment is steady, why is consumer sentiment just cratering?
It's the inflation squeeze, plain and simple. People have paychecks, sure, but they're feeling too stretched by everyday prices to actually go out and spend them.
So they're working but feeling poor.
Exactly. Which makes Tuesday's inflation data the absolute linchpin for next week. If it comes in hot, the Fed's hands are tied. They can't lower rates to help out the banks. That uncertainty is why yields are just consolidating. The two-year yield is basically trapped in this ascending triangle-like pattern.
And whichever way that breaks will probably dictate the next big move, which explains the hesitation we're seeing everywhere else. I mean, DXY sold off today, taking some pressure off equities, but CL, like crude oil, it gapped up and then sold off entirely inside its symmetrical triangle. It's like everything is just holding its breath.
Yeah, oil is just building energy right now. And Bitcoin is stalling too, practically motionless in that daily versus weekly decision zone we mentioned yesterday. But, when the broad market is this conflicted, capital starts hunting for hyper-specific plays to avoid the crossfire.
Right, like RKLB. That one broke out of a symmetrical triangle today on massive volume and just spiked post-market. Or silver, which saw great follow-through today, continuing higher after yesterday's triangle breakout.
Precisely. And look, navigating those specific volume breakouts or failed flags when the broader market is a mess, that is exactly why Grok Trade's mentorship is so grounded. It helps you build a repeatable process for these mixed conditions so you don't get chopped up trying to catch falling bank stocks.
Right, you definitely need a system. Well, have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next week as we continue tracking semiconductors, financials, oil, yields, Bitcoin, silver, and Tuesday's inflation data. Until then, here's a final thought to chew on. If the artificial intelligence boom completely decouples tech companies from traditional credit cycles, does the old rule about banks leading the market still apply? Or are we entering an era where silicon matters more than Wall Street plumbing? See you next week.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you're a newer trader and want a great foundation with no fluff, start with our free Trading 101 videos at groktrade.com/learn. And if you're ready to reach your full trading potential, whether you're a total beginner or a battle-hardened trader, check out our mentorship program at groktrade.com/trading mentor. All of these links are in the description below. Grok Trade is where traders reach their full potential.